Hi there, remote viewing fans. Dick Allgire here. Another beautiful day in paradise. Klaus Schwab is in the news today. Articles coming out accusing Herr Schwab of a number of nasty things, including sexual harassment, racism, and other naughty activities. So the dirt is coming out on Klaus Schwab. So today I'm going to show you a remote viewing project that I took part in about a little over a month ago, where we were given a blind target, and it was indeed Klaus Schwab. So here is the full whiteboard session for those of you who clamor for free remote viewing content. This is the full unedited remote viewing captured live as I did it at the whiteboard. I start out with just a target ID. There's no monitor, there's no coaching. I'm videotaping the thing all by myself, as evidenced by the fact that my collar is up. I looked at the video and went, oh, the collar looks horrible. I didn't check that. But I'm in a different state trying to do the remote viewing. I didn't notice that. And it's like one take. You do it, that's it. The camera records it, you get one shot at it. So here is my blind remote viewing of Klaus Schwab. Got some tones going in my ear. That camera's rolling. That camera's rolling. The microphone is on. Let me double check. This is always a challenge to try to film yourself. Okay, microphone is on. We'll do a synchronization clap. Okay, I'm going to try to be exceptional here for about 30-40 minutes. This is a target A6J0-N9SA. That's all I'm told. This is double-blind protocol, meaning I don't know who the client or the tasker was. Somebody in our organization emailed me this target A6J0-N9SA. I have confidence that it was properly targeteered, but I don't know anything really beyond that. And so I'm going to do a whiteboard session right now. What to do with the glasses? That's always there's always this settling in moment here. So I start with some low-level data to try to get a foot on the target, and then just start letting it come, try to talk continuously, and hopefully get on target and start having, closing my eyes, getting some visuals. So I start with the target ID, A6J0-N9SA. I put that on Blackboard, A6J0-N9SA. And then I go for the first look at a visual, and what I saw with just a 1.5 second flash looked like a human form from the back, and smaller human forms in kind of a semicircle around this person. I think it's probably a man, and there's communication going on, there's meeting, there's interaction, but I'm not going to quantify this in any way other than just a visual impression of landing on target, and here's a guy and other people in that configuration. So I'm going to look again and see if I get any different type of visual by putting the target ID up in my visual field here. A6J0-N9SA. Saw the human form again, but this time it was illuminated. it was bright. The background was bright. So this is more shadowy, but definitely a human shape. But somebody that's in a place where there's lights shining on them. Let's go a little deeper. Man, get smells of clean man smells. So not a dirty, not a smelly person. The smells would be more like he used good soap earlier in the day. Not a person that slathers on really overwhelming cologne or aftershave, but probably shaved with good soap and used good shampoo and smells clean. And he's wearing a suit that is nice. He wears good clothes. Wool, fine quality wool, linen shirt. Quality. Okay, let's look again. A6, J0-N9SA. Light it again, but there's a screen. This is a guy, and now I realize that there's people watching. So, yeah, this screen is both broadcast and probably in person, a place where people go, and his face is put up on a big screen. So at this point I'm wondering, does this have something to do with cryptos? Because I've gone to crypto conferences and I don't get that feel from it. I get a feel that it's more institutional than, it just doesn't have the same feel of a crypto conference, so it's something else. And I don't want to go off too much on a analytical tangent on that. So, guy talking to people, a guy in the light, a guy on a screen. Let's see if I can pull out a little bit. There's a structure, a big structure, not quite a castle, multi-level, big drive, not a castle, but like a villa, a nice place. Feels European. It's, it looks old, like a cross between a castle and a villa. But on the inside, it's modern. There's a picture window with a really good view of water. So this is near, I don't know if it's a river or a lake. It doesn't feel ocean-like. It feels like fresh water, cold water. It's not a tropical climate. Beautiful countryside, mountains. There's a man inside, not the man that we've been looking at. This is a guy that wears a black bow tie and a white shirt and a black vest. White shirt, very well pressed. He's got slacks with a nice crease, and he's a valet. So this involves wealth. This is a rich person's home, and I would think the guy that we're looking at is about earning money, managing money, economic stuff. Lives in a nice place. So I don't know if we're so interested in the place or the person. Let me give this a little spritz while when you do a whiteboard like this is always, cleaning the board is always an excuse to give yourself a little break, like, okay, I'm gonna reset my mind, what am I looking at here, what am I gonna do next? Kind of regroup and there's an anomaly. There's something that happens with me when I look at people. This happened to me half a dozen times that I can remember, maybe more. I see them like I'm right up on top of them, and I don't see their face. I see their chin and their shoulders. So that's the visual that I just got on this. Was like, I don't see his face, and that's not a cop-out. I'll try to get to the face later. But there's something about his neck, and that is he's wearing something around it. A pendant, a medal, a ornamental thing with some meaning to him, like an award. Doesn't feel military. And there's other things that he wears. This was it's almost an affectation, a gift, an award, a medallion. It's like a medallion or a pendant, and it becomes a talisman, and he likes the power that he senses from it. And he has other things that, like, if you're in an order, a secret order, and they put a thing around your neck in secret, and then you wear certain jewels and you wear it only in private. So something he wears in public and some things in private, and it's has kind of an occultish feel. And I saw all that, but I didn't see his face. So, okay. That time I was in a big, like an auditorium. There's that screen again. And I was back farther, and there's I really was there for just about 2 seconds. And I can see it again. There's bigger heads in front of me. I'm at the back, and then in the distance. And then there's, I think he's probably speaking here, and his face is on the screen. And it's, if I don't have colored with me, it's blue, and there's writing, and there's banners, and it's a big place. The ceiling is up this high, and it's lighted. It's not dark like a concert. The house lights are on, and I don't see a recognizable face. But the interesting thing about this to me is if you're going to put someone on a screen talking to people, I guess I don't think it's a crypto conference. It's not like if I was seeing Max Kaiser or Michael Saylor, the Bitcoin conference, Litecoin. If it was a crypto conference, I'd be drawn to it. And this has a feel that I don't resonate with it. And this particular guy, you think it would involve charisma, and I don't get charisma. I get uncharismatic. Is that a word? Your language goes weird in room. So he's not charismatic. Why would you listen to him? He's not attractive. Why would you? He's a little odd. Why is he up there? Who put him on the screen and on authority? These people are watching, and it's like more they have to be there than they want to be there. That's the feeling I was trying to convey. It's like when I go to a crypto conference, hey, I want to go meet all the people, and here we go, we're doing a good thing. And this is more a feeling like this has governmental NGO feeling. It's a forum that it would be like the United Nations, like a United Nations conference where a bunch of bureaucrats go and get told stuff that they don't really believe in. Okay, so our guy is involved in something like that, I think. Don't there's an underlying I think I know what this is. I see that shape, and it's a fuzzy picture. Now this is an interesting concept because in remote viewing, the visual that I get at this point, like I'm not going to go to full color bilocation standing here on camera, but the visuals themselves are kind of fuzzy and indistinct, but I know in my brain that what I'm looking here has a lot of visual clutter. And there's the shape of this thing that is like a fetus. Okay? And this is a sonogram. Is that they use sound? God, your vocabulary goes weird. It's like, okay, it's a sonogram. And what does this have to do with the guy at the conference? Or the guy at the forum, the United Nations meeting? He seems older. I don't think this is him, but he's concerned with it. And the idea that's coming to me is technology that would affect a fetus, like an injection, some medicine that was given, or electromagnetic sound waves. Well, the waves from the picture came from the sonogram, but there's waveform activity. Something is applied, something is changed. The idea of changing a fetus, the word zygote, and I don't remember my high school biology, I don't know what zygote means, but the word just popped into my head. A zygote is like is that a cell that's dividing? Is that the human cell? And they want to do something to the zygote. And I don't know what or why, but I don't think this guy was enhanced, but he's interested in science, but he's not a scientist. He does something that has to do with economics, but he's not an economist. Money, I'm lost. I'm lost. Oh boy. I'll do this wrong. There's a ring around it. I know that. How many did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It has writing that I can't make out words. There's a symbol in the middle, some kind of symbology. And then people who know what this is are going to look and go, Dick, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not into this at all, but there are lines that go from here to here, and then they'll chart a line that goes from here to here, and then another one will go this way, and then this, and it's like when this is here, that's good, and when that's there, that's not so good. So this is astrology. And the guy I was looking at, he's not an astrologer, but he has somebody do this for him, and he'll cancel an event. He'll change his plans if these lines aren't. I'm really showing my ignorance on, is that what an astrological chart is supposed to look like? But he's into this. I don't think he does it himself, but he has someone. Okay. He talks on a screen. He's in the light. He's could you hear that siren? Did a siren just go by? I'm in a new place and I thought there weren't sirens. And I'm getting siren type feelings, like bad. The visual I just got is human forms, quite a few of them. Bodies have a certain way they look, splayed out. Death. And superimposed over the bodies on the ground is this guy. And God, there's a lot of sirens in the distance. Why? Ooh, I'm getting all kinds of bad. Antichrist. That term just popped into my head now. I don't know why I'm saying that, but the Antichrist. Would they have me, would that be a remote viewing target that we would give out, the Antichrist? How dare they? I don't think it is, but that term just popped into my head. But he relishes this. This is a power trip. I think he's a depopulation guy. I don't know if he directly caused these deaths, but they don't bother him in the elitist. They don't. I'm getting Freudian. They don't bother him in the elitist. They don't bother him in the least. Okay, I'm getting in the groove now because I'm losing language. That means the side of my brain that's into the signal line is good. I'm getting more words mixed up. So I'm going to look and I'm going to see him again. Or maybe other people. A line of men. They're standing in a formation. And this does have an occultic feel. So they're standing like this, and they're in an order. It's an orderly thing. And there are flashes of blue light that it's like it may be contrived like a stage show, but I see like a beam, and then a beam on another guy, and in turn they're illuminated in these beams, and it really has a feel like really occultish, done in secret, and I think he's involved in that. And one of the things he does, his eyes bulge out. He's very strong emotions. It's like a cross between a primal scream and a roar. It's like a bellow, rah, rah. And it's something he's been it's an affectation, like he's trained to do it. It doesn't feel spontaneous. I don't get a sense that he's mad, like something just made him go, ah. He didn't lose his temper. He summons this. He had a coach that taught him how to do it. It was something that was like an exercise to like invoke some power, and you have to do it from your solar plexus, from your diaphragm, and you have to like almost channel something, and you let this fury and this rage overtake you, and you feel like it gives you power. And this is something he would never be seen doing in public, only in a private moment, maybe with the guys with the lights on him. But I've never experienced an emotion like that, like trying to do that on purpose, trying to train yourself to summon that energy. Feels satanic. Not a guy that this is getting creepy, man. Okay. More about him. He is a human. He's a man. He's a little older. He's got as he stands there, pot belly. Right there. There's an ailment. There's like a kidney. Like he's got kidney stones or renal function problems, renal failure. He's been treated. He may have, I don't think he's on dialysis, but he might be soon. Or was it just a kidney stone? But something with his kidney. I think this is because it's a screen, and he's on a screen. It's present day. I'm not getting vibes of old in the past. I think he's alive, but I think he's older than me. probably won't live a long time. He is European. He's in a place where they speak French to the south and German to the up here, and he speaks German, he speaks English, he speaks some French, and he speaks English with like Henry Kissinger. It's not Henry Kissinger, is it? It's kind of like Henry Kissinger, but Henry Kissinger, if Henry Kissinger took too many psilocybin mushrooms, because there's something about this guy that is a little off, a little bit off. He's okay. This is the moment where my artistic ability is like, sometimes you just have to let the hand do the drawing without overthinking it. When you look at him, you're going to see his head. There's a distinct shape to his head, and there's no hair. So, one more time. Big bald head like that. In his eyes are kind of old. He's got eyelids that droops at an angle. Droopy eyelids and not real prominent brows. He's got a nose here. I'm not good at drawing noses. And then when you're an old man, you get lines sometimes, really like lines here. And then his lips, like his upper lip, it's kind of got a pointy thing on it. And then his lower lip is a little fuller. And then he's got those lines on his jowl lines on his chin, like that. And does he wear glasses? You might not notice them. They're not. It's like a subtle frame. Yeah, I think he wears glasses. Kind of, because he's bald, his ears stick out. And he's got kind of worry lines up here. And big head. And like I said, I saw that pendant that he wears, the medallion. And sometimes he wears Star Trek shit. He's a goofy guy. And who gave him the power? Who put him in charge? With the people that he works for, do they know how fucking weird he is? Do they permit that? They humor him. they empower him, they allow him. Are they? I don't know if they're as weird as like. He got kind of weird on us, but you know, well, let him go with it. So, do we recognize who that? I think that is. He signs his name like, and this is a repellent person to me. Not someone that I would like, you know, maybe I would want to have dinner with him and ask him a few things, but I wouldn't want him over to my house. Is that who we're looking at? I think I need to stop this right here because it's a point. The data that I've gotten up to this point is under remote viewing protocol where it was step by step, it's this and this and this. And now I'm to a point where I think I know who this is. And now I'm like World Economic Forum. It's too much clutter in my mind. So I'm just going to let it go at that. Weird guy. Weird stuff. Are we going to publish all this? Weird shit. If you want to see a really good session, you should see Edward Reardon's session. Edward actually predicted the fact that Klaus Schwab would be stepping down from the World Economic Forum and that the knives were coming out to get him. And this was published well in advance of those things actually taking place. It was a precognitive remote viewing session. And Edward's session gets into the whole psychology of Klaus Schwab, an amazing profile. So that one is at our private site, futureforecastinggroup.com. You can see all of the remote viewers' work. We did a big project on Klaus, futureforecastinggroup.com. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little whiteboard session. Have a good day.